Welcome back to another triangle strategy.
Aesfrost and Glenbrook remained strong after declaring a trade stop with Hyzant. Gustadolf sends Erica to Hyzant to deliver his ultimatum, and dispatches an army to Glenbrook to increase the pressure on the Holy State.
Meanwhile, the group is planning to invade Glenbrook, or rather start a war with Roland as the leader, using Hyzant's force.
Hyzant, under the banner of Prince Roland, sends Minister Serenoa Wolffort of the Saintly Seven to prepare for retaliation. Softly but surely, Norzelia descends into war once more.
Our time has come.
Those are the Archduke's wishes. I implore you not to forget that this is his final offer. Come to think of it, I heard that Wolffort was added to your saintly ranks. Where might he be?
I'm afraid I cannot answer that. The dealings of the Saintly Seven are our business, and ours alone.
How disappointing. I had hoped to congratulate him on his promotion.
That wretched woman. Those are hardly wishes.
Aesfrost all but demands us open the source to restore our diplomatic relations.
The Duchy fears neither a lack of salt nor the goddess's shield.
Yeah, because they have that new weapon.
You can assume they have a plan in mind.
Then this was no more than a ploy to stall for time. We had best expedite House Wolffort's plans to take the capital. Minister Exham, send word to Minister Serenoa.
That's a good ring to it, Minister Serenoa.
You wish to lend us Hyzant's new weapon?
Yes, it was a directive from the Holy One. The weapon is one Minister Lila developed in secret.
I compressed a vast quantity of magic into crystal form. We call this weapon Aelfric.
Ooh.
The blast crystals have yet to be perfected, but they can decimate a castle wall easily enough.
We thank you for your support.
Be forewarned that their power makes them unwieldy in an average battle.
They are not meant to be used on people. Furthermore, we are only giving you a single blast crystal.
Regardless, I am certain it will come in handy while recapturing Whiteholm Castle.
Its incomplete nature makes it regrettably tricky to use, but Milo should be able to take care of that for you. Use them both wisely.
So I guess Milo's the one doing the triggering.
I am Milo.
Okay, we just found that out a sentence ago.
A dancer by trade, but assistant to the Saintly Seven on occasion. I shall serve you, Minister Serenoa, until we reclaim the capital.
You sure you'll be okay?
You needn't worry. It isn't my first time flirting with danger.
A Hyzantian spy?
Very likely.
The blast of the Aelfric should help you catch the enemy unawares. Both my army and Minister Camcells will join in the attack. Can we entrust command to you, Minister Serenoa?
Most certainly. And the crystal will be key in our plan to reclaim Glenbrook.
Oh, got some stuff to cover. Someone stole in the Holy Archives.
You have made a grave error in allowing thieves to raid the archives, Constable Sicris.
Forgive me. My guards gave chase as soon as they noticed intruders, but they'd already fled beyond our reach.
What did they take?
Luckily, they were unable to gain entry to where we keep our more sensitive texts. All they were able to make off with was a single book penned by the late Lady Orlea.
Orlea? She left behind a message of sorts?
Maybe about the salt crystal, so maybe it is crucial.
She'd bid it be passed on to Lady Frederica when she came of age, but it seems those wishes were forgotten.
Thalos or Erica must have hidden it from her. They derived no greater pleasure than from tormenting her. Do we know what was written in this book?
No. Storage records indicate it was protected by some arcane seal.
It must be of some significance, if she would go to such lengths to protect it from prying eyes. Perhaps something to do with the Rosellan liberation, for which she fought so fiercely. Or perhaps it is not but a mother complaining to her daughter of a duchy they both despise.
I shall send a party to hunt down the thieves at once.
No need. Such ruffians are unlikely to be in the employ of our foe. No doubt they were simply looking to loot us to fill their own purses. It is more important that we dispose of Svarog and finish the Nell with all haste. Dispatch your soldiers there.
He's tricky, but he's starting to slip up. Become careless.
By your grace.
That's why he's gonna lose. Now they're gonna dispatch of Svarog.
Benedict asked me to scout out Telliore and where the Aesfrosti soldiers are stationed. But I hardly see any around. Why did he ask me to come here in the first place? I doubt it would matter in reclaiming the capital. But orders are orders. I should report back.
Benedict anticipated that all the soldiers are gonna gather in Whiteholm. He's anticipating. That's what it means to be a strategist.
Ah, tidings from Erica. She says Hyzant refused our final offer.
You seem surprised. There was no way Hyzant would agree to open the source.
I know that, but the negotiations were meant to buy us time. Yet it seems their soldiers are already on the move. Damn it all! This wasn't supposed to happen.
If you play with fire, you get burned. Now we have no recourse but to meet them in battle without the Archduke.
So it has come to war, then?
We just have to beat them at their own game. Their newest saint is heading the vanguard. You must be delighted that a former retainer to the crown is coming to visit, right, Cordelia?
Enough, Thalos. I won't allow such impudence toward the Queen.
queen. This child is nothing more than a puppet. And I believe the impotent one here is you, Avlora. A general has no right telling the Prime Minister what to do.
I had no idea the Prime Minister's job was to torment the weak.
Enough, General Avlora. I will answer the Prime Minister. As the Queen of Glenbrook, I shall protect my kingdom until my dying breath, no matter who may stand against me.
It appears your impudence is contagious, Avlora. Your charge knows not how powerless she is.
Talos is such a failure,
Worry
and
not,
he's doing
Your
that.
Majesty. I shall protect you.
Because I am to wed the Archduke?
Because you are a warrior. One who does not give up, even if she must fight her battles alone. I was an orphan. I never knew my parents. I entered the army to make a place for myself. So I know better than anyone the pain of having to do everything on your own.
Allow me to bare my heart to you as well, General Avlora. As the last heir to the throne of Glenbrook, I do not intend to let Gustudolf have his way.
You mean to strike down the Archduke?
But I lack the power to do so. Have you heard of the Royalists? The aristocrats who were aid to my father.
I have. I also heard they secretly indulged in bribes and the like for personal gain. That man Patriot was cozying up to the Archduke not seconds after King Regna's beheading. Their kind knows no loyalty.
I anticipated that, and with a Sorcely thing too.
Indeed. But Gustudolf has not given any of them a position in his court, so they have fallen on hard times. I want to ask Patriot and the other royalists for their help.
Are you mad? No doubt they would wholeheartedly embrace you as their symbol, but only for their own purposes.
I understand that. But their years in service to the crown have earned them great influence in politics. I must have their support if I'm to reclaim Glenbrook.
Is it possible for you to rein them in?
Not alone. But with you, General Avlora, I can. They lack military might. If you accompany me, I could sway them to my cause. Please, General, lend me your strength.
As an Aesfrosti general, I simply cannot turn a deaf ear to what you have told me. Did you not think I would tell the Archduke of your plans?
Of course I did. But I refuse to stand idly by as a mere decoration. So if it meant earning your trust, I was willing to show you that I wish to protect Glenbrook by any means necessary.
You took a gamble.
I had to. For it is not status or reward that moves you.
So you bet on my honor, and refusal would sully my name forever. However, safeguarding the kingdom comes first. Fighting at your side will have to wait.
General Avlora!
A word of advice, Your Majesty. Both Hyzant and the Archduke are veterans of war. The fight will not be an easy one, and may rage on for many years.
Even so, I will not falter. I must do this, for my father and brothers.
An admirable resolve. One which I will see fulfilled. I shall be your sword and shield, my queen.
Thank you, General Avlora.
Yeah, that's definitely giving us Ovelia and Agrias vibes too. Oh, look at the scales. It's time to decide. So the Aesfrosti has Nell and we have the Aelfric. See how this is gonna play out.
I apologize, but are you suggesting we destroy the dam around Telliore Reservoir to start a flood?
The capital city was built on the banks of the Norzelia River. Breaking the dam surrounding Lake Telliore upstream will allow us to submerge a majority of the city. Flooding the town will throw their army into disarray, which should allow us to take the place by storm.
Lake Telliore is a man-made reservoir. You might be able to burst through with a blast crystal.
Huette scouted the area earlier and reported seeing very few sentries. Proof enough that this is outside the Archduke's calculations.
No. The damage will be too great. The means would not justify the end, Benedict.
We cannot afford to lose.
I agree with Roland. There is already far too much blood on our hands. Perhaps it's worth speaking with the people and gaining their understanding.
Unless we reclaim Glenbrook, it's unlikely they'll understand or support our actions. We must take the capital back and show our strength and resolve first.
So that means you stand by Benedict, then?
If we have a sure shot at winning, we need to take it, no matter the consequences. We can't lose the war. We just can't.
Telliore Reservoir is the kingdom's water source. The dam was constructed to protect the people from floods. I doubt they would ever forgive us should we choose to destroy it for war.
Glenbrook thrives because of that water, and to use it otherwise is inexcusable. Brute strength isn't the only way to reclaim the city. We can strike at night and defeat their commanding officers. There are ways to slip into the castle unseen.
If you have used it before, there is a chance it has been sealed off since.
There is more than one route. You needn't worry.
So you mean not to use the blast crystal?
No, I do. After we sneak in, we can sink Aesfrosti's warship. It would close off their escape route.
Our first priority should be ensuring the people's safety. We cannot allow them to be taken hostage. It would restrict our options as well.
She's got a point. But how do we take the capital back after that?
We could use the blast crystal to destroy the bridge connecting the town and the castle. The enemies would be stuck within the walls.
That would certainly mitigate the damages to the citizens. If we encircle the castle, we could negotiate with them.
We could ask them to yield, free Glenbrook, and re-establish the trade between our nations. I am certain we can find a way to make both parties agree.
Negotiate?
Naive. But we'll go with that anyway.
I understand your thoughts and the wishes held therein.
Allow me to ask once more. Shall we shatter the dam around Lake Telliore and flood the town? Sneak in under the guise of night, sink their ships, and slay their commanding officers? Or destroy the bridge, safeguard the people, and negotiate with the enemy?
Okay, Serenoa hasn't been participating in the argument, and now he talks just to ask this and rely on the scale afterwards.
Fetch the scales. It is time we decide our path.
Alright, fetch the scales. Boss man said it. We now have three paths before us, each with its own merits and shortcomings. But which one will lead House Wolffort to victory? Alright, before we decide, explore the town first. Gather some treasures. Aelfric is still in development? Are they hoping to use this battle to test its powers? There's a chance we're exposing the people to greater danger than we thought. We must consider its placement very carefully. So Aesfrosti has soldiers stationed throughout the city and around the castle, the latter led by General Avlora, no less. I doubt a full frontal attack would work to our favor. This is definitely worth considering when making our strategy. Lord Serenoa, I shall accompany you wherever you go. I'm sure my knowledge of Aelfric will be of great service to you. So once again, we're gonna go with utility. I had no idea. Thank you. Neither my father nor I could ask for a better people. Oh, guys, shop. The rare shop. Clean up house here. Are we gonna make it? No, we ain't. Nah, I'll just buy the jug. Now we're broke, but we can always just grind it back. Easily utility. Thank you, but please recall that these are your countrymen. They have fallen on hard times and using force would avail us nothing. Please reassure them that House Wolffort is doing all they can to strike down Aesfrosti and bring peace to the land. Until then, I ask they be patient. It seems the people living in the Crown City aren't suffering as much as I thought they'd be. Okay, there should be treasure in this house, but obviously now we burned it from past chapters, so that's nothing. Alright. Time to fetch the scales. Alright, we're looking to destroy the bridge and trap the enemy in a castle, which, without intervention and persuading, I think we're gonna default there anyway, but we're gonna play the game and start persuading people. Prince Roland wishes to defeat the Aesfrosti commanders, who unjustly occupy Whiteholm Castle. I see this plan as proof of his resolve. As a member of the King's Guard, I intend to help him see it through. Okay. We can lead her towards green. Lord Serenoa, you think Lady Frederica's plan to be our best option? Okay, which one I wonder? Let's go with that. Hearing you say that hardens me as a member of the King's Guard. Though one of the 7 you may be, your heart still beats for the kingdom and the crown.
I have chosen.
Thank you, Lord Serenoa. Speaking to you has shown me the merits of Lady Frederica's plans. But it will take some time for me to think about it with a level head. Why not ask how the others feel in the meantime?
Ah, yes?
Benedict's plan gives us our surest path to victory, but would incur great damages to the capital, and Prince Roland's plan is far too dangerous a gamble. Call me naive, but I believe Frederica's plan to be the best for all of us. Alright, I agree. I'm not even gonna bother you.
Serenoa.
A nation cannot exist without a people. We cannot risk exposing those very people to any more hardship than they have already endured. If we explode the bridge, we can isolate the city. The people will be spared from our battle. Alright, I get it too, wifey.
Say.
Flooding the city will leave the people with nowhere to live, and Frederica's plan hinges on how the enemy responds. We can win if we sneak into the castle and slay the Aesfrosti commanders. Only Cordelia and I are privy to the secret passages. We wish to use Aelfric to blow up the bridge, then negotiate with Aesfrost? I'll go with that. Cordelia.
Certainly.
Whiteholm Castle is a symbol of Glenbrook, and like the Crown City, I would be loath to see it brought to harm. Aelfric is yet incomplete, so we must be cautious in how we use it.
A hard choice.
I appreciate your concerns about my sister, but still.
My lord.
My lord, negotiating would only grant the enemy reprieve, and there is a high chance that Queen Cordelia has revealed the secret tunnels to the enemy. But we would most certainly deal a heavy blow to the Aesfrosti forces by flooding the city. So you would choose Lady Frederica's plan. Might I inquire as to why? I concur. The bridge is simpler and requires less labor and resources. But the battle cannot be won simply by looking at profits and losses. I implore you to think carefully about which plan gives us our greatest chance at victory. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with me, Lord Serenoa. My lord, I will take your words into consideration as I decide where my token shall fall. Yeah, I need some time too. Why'd you see how the others are faring?
Yes, sir.
The enemy may already be aware excuse me, of the tunnels, but no one is anticipating a flood. The capital is swarming with Aesfrosti soldiers. We must prepare ourselves to make sacrifices if we are to reclaim the city. I see. So you would support Lady Frederica's plan, though it seems the least efficient of the three.
Certainly.
I have heard that the duchy's supporters in the capital grow by the day. Even if we were to claim victory, if great harm were to befall the crown city, the people's dissatisfaction would turn on Prince Roland. It might be best for us to tread the path of least destruction for the sake of the kingdom's future.
I must hear what the others think.
It seems I underestimated the merits of Lady Frederica's plan. And I shall take your words into consideration, my lord. Please give me more time to decide. And lastly, the one who is undecided.
Aye, lad.
Destroying the dam is our best shot at winning this battle. The enemy wouldn't know what hit him if we flooded the city. But there's no denying that the other plans have their merits too. Should we go with our best bet or consider one of the other options? So you think Lady Frederica's plan is the way to go, eh? Why is that? I would go with this one. Lady Frederica's plan would definitely mitigate our losses and give us a shot at victory without exposing ourselves to the danger of sneaking into the castle.
Aye, but...
But if the negotiations drawn on too long, there's no telling what the enemy might do with their backs to the wall. I can't say for sure if that's really efficient or not. Each plan's got its good and bad points.
Consider this.
But now that we've got the Holy State at our backs, this would be a perfect chance to strike at Aesfrost. Isn't winning this war more important than the Crown City's damage or the people's morale? Oh, you never cease to amaze me, lad. You're already thinking about what comes next. That's just what I'd expect from the head of a high house. If Lord Simon were here, I'm sure he'd say the same.
Tough spot we're in.
I can see how you feel about this, but I'll need a moment to digest it all. Alright, fetch the scales, people.
It is time to cast our votes. In which strategy do we entrust the future of Glenbrook? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready. I believe in you.
Alright, we convince Roland.
On this, I cannot be swayed.
I do not think your plan a bad one, just not the best one given the circumstances. Of course, we're not gonna he's not gonna get dissuaded. Okay. Okay, that's definitely green.
I agree.
I stand behind you, Lord Serenoa. Okay, we convince Anna. Seems easy.
I changed my mind.
I thought about it a lot and I decided to choose a different path than Prince Roland's. Yeah, we convince Hewitt as well.
I'm with you.
Yeah, we convince Eredor. You've got my full support, lad. Let's do it your way.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Yeah, only Benedict
The way
must be
forward
really
is
convinced
decided.
of flooding the bridge.
We collapse the bridge and trap the enemy within the castle, keeping the common folk safe from the worst of the fighting.
You will safeguard the people, drive the enemy into the castle, and negotiate. You have chosen a righteous path, Wolffort. But do you really think negotiations will prevail? Such sympathy may be your downfall.
Even so, this is the path we have chosen.
Then walk tall. It is time to test your mettle. I must return to Hysant and see Minister Camsell. Next we meet, you will have both of our armies at your backs.
You have my thanks.
We cannot afford to lose this fight. For Norzelia.
I thought this battle was for Glenbrook.
This is not a simple struggle for power, Minister Serenoa. The goddess, the source, iron? The war of 30 years ago comes back to haunt us because the old cling to relics of the past. Norzelia needs to be born anew. Right now, the people of every nation are searching for a young standard-bearer to guide them.
A standard-bearer?
Yes, people like you and me. This war is a fine opportunity for us to show our worth to Norzelia.
Alright. We decided to destroy the bridge. So we'll see what happens next time.